Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and welcome to a video I've been waiting all year to make. This is a look at all 7 of the 10th Anniversary Golden Ninjago figures all together. Real quick, if you guys don't know what these are special minifigures to celebrate the 10th anniversary of LEGO Ninjago. This year, 2021, marks 10 years of Ninjago being a LEGO theme. And to celebrate, across 7 different sets, LEGO included 7 different Golden Ninja minifigures. We have one for each of the 6 main ninja, as well as a special Golden Wu that came in the Ninjago City Gardens. These have been so fun to collect as the year's gone along, and I'm honestly going to really miss collecting these next year because they're just so cool. I reviewed each of these minifigures within the sets they came in, but I thought it'd be fun to make a video just reviewing each of them on their own, and giving my thoughts on the collection as a whole. Right off the bat, I do have to say, lining them all up like this, they do look really nice together. I do have a few minor issues with some of them, but my overall reaction to them is very positive. I'm very happy with these. So you can see they all use the same exact leg print. They have this bronze belt and these little bronze bows around their knees. And then their torsos are all in the same style but each unique. They have these robes with little bits of printing on them in their colors. So obviously Kai has red, Zane has white, Jay has blue, etc, etc. There's identical gold detailing on one side of each of them, but then on the other side they have little images of their element printed in this darker gold color. Kai has fire, Zane has ice shards, Jay has little lightning bolts, Cole has rocks, Lloyd has a dragon, Nia has a wave, and then Wu just seems to have little gold streaks. And then the hoods as well as their armor are based off the chapter that they had during the Wildebrain era of Ninjago, except for 2 who are a little bit different, but we'll go over them in a moment. But you can see Kai has the Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu hood and armor. Zane is based off Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu as well, but he has an FS hood instead of just a regular hood like Kai has. Jay is based on Prime Empire, Cole's based on Master of the Mountain. And then Lloyd's based on the island and Nia's based on Seabound, but only kind of. For some reason these guys both come with ZX armor. In the island they use the same armor as Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu, so I'm not sure why Lloyd didn't have that armor here. Also, Lloyd doesn't come with a half mask, so his face is just out and none of the other ninja are, so that's a little weird. And then Nia is almost an all-new design. She has the same hairpiece she has for NRG Nia, but she never actually wore it in this color in Seabound or the island. She's never worn this at all outside of this minifigure. And then once again, she has the ZX armor like Lloyd, which just hasn't been in any of the Wildebrain seasons, so I'm not sure what exactly this suit is based on. Additionally, there's a few more things where only 2 characters share something that the rest don't, and it just makes them feel a little out of place. For example, both Lloyd and Nia use their headband hairpieces, while all the rest of the ninja have their own unique hoods. So I definitely think it's weird that the hoods for these 4 ninja are all unique while these 2 are exactly the same. And then with the armor, these 2 share armor and these 2 share armor. So if these 2 shared armor, I'd be okay with that, but then these 2 each have unique armor. So it's weird that we have 2 of this armor, 2 of this armor, and then 1 of each of these. If they all had the same armor, or they all had different armor, or they did it in sets of 2, I wouldn't mind so much. But yeah, I do find it a little bit strange that Cole and Jay have unique armor, but none of the other ninja do. These 2 are definitely very representative of their season, so I don't mind that. I do really love these figures. But just as a collection, it does mess up the consistency a little bit. And then finally, the last weird piece of consistency is you may notice, they all come with katanas except for Cole, who comes with a hammer. I really wish they all came with their own unique weapons like they do in, the regular sets. Whether that be their golden weapons or just, their Season 11 plus weapons. Or even if they did, season-based weapons. Kai just came with a normal sword, Zay would come with a Forbidden Spinjitzu staff, Jay would come with, one of the controller pieces. Lloyd could come with one of the machetes, and Nia could come with one of the scuba guns. But yeah, instead, every single ninja just comes with golden katanas, except for Cole, who comes with his hammer. Wu also comes with his staff, but Wu is definitely the odd one out here, so I don't really count him when I'm looking at the rest. The staff makes sense for Wu. I think if everybody had katanas but Wu still had a staff, I think that would have worked perfectly. But it's just strange to me that Cole is the only one here that doesn't have katanas. Katanas don't really fit with the Master of the Mountain suit, so that makes sense, but it just definitely sticks out to me. But yeah, those are all just very minor things that have bugged me a little bit about these guys. But as a whole, I still really love them, and I love that these figures exist. They each come on their own little display stands with this little printed towel at the front that says 10 years of Ninjago. And to the sides of them, they each have studs in their own color, which is pretty cool. So Kai has red, Zane has white, Jay has blue, Cole actually has orange, which looks a little bit out of place. Not that orange is out of place for Cole, but there's just no orange on the suit at all, so it doesn't really match. Lloyd has green, Nia has this lighter blue, and then Wu has gold. And then finally, one very small but strange inconsistency. If you look at the back of all these display stands, you can see that there's a 1x4 plate there just to hold it together. But for some reason, Zane and Wu, and only Zane and Wu, use 2 1x2s instead of a 1x4. Very easy fix, I'm sure plenty of people could fix that, I probably will fix that. But I just find it strange that out of the box, 2 of them come different than the others. Just not sure the point of that, or why those 2 characters in particular. But now that I've taken a look at all these figures together, let's take a look at each of them on their own. So first, here's Golden Kai. He comes in the Legacy Boulder Blaster that came out in January, and he wasn't one of my favorites when I first got him. It's not that I disliked him, I just liked the other ones more. But as time's gone on, he's slowly evolved into one of my favorites. I think the red just complements the gold so well. I love like the little fire effects in his torso, and then the dark red like in the folds like underneath his larger robes just looks so good. He just comes together so well. The golden shoulder pad too in gold just looks really nice. I genuinely really like this guy. He is probably the most basic of all the ninja. Everybody else has more complex suits going on. He just has a pretty standard ninja suit. But as Kai was the original main character of the series, I think that makes sense, and I think this fits him really well. And here's how this figure looks with his hood and armor removed. And there's his back torso print as well as his alternate face. The back torso print is really nice. You have Kai's symbol just sort of like etched into it. That red belt continues around the back, and then you have those golden fire markings just continuing around the back. Next, we have Golden Zane, who comes in the Legacy Ultrasonic Raider from the summer wave of Ninjago sets this year. Zane is personally my favorite ninja, so I was very excited to get this one, and unfortunately, I am a little underwhelmed by it. The torso design is perfect. It's just as good as the other ones, maybe even better than some of them. The white is printed so vibrantly, which I really appreciate, because they don't always print white very vibrant, but they definitely did here, and I really appreciate that they did that. The metallic printing on his chest too looks cool. You can see a bit of his heart is peeking out, and there's those golden ice shards on the side. He's got the same armor piece as Kai, which does look good, but the part I don't like about this guy is the hood, unfortunately. The idea of the FS hood was a good idea, but the trans blue just doesn't mix that well with the gold. Additionally, these figures are supposed to be like very two-colored, right? There's gold and then there's their main color, in this case it's white for Zane. So incorporating the blue just feels very out of place, but then also the blue just doesn't blend with the gold very well, so instead of looking like trans blue, it looks more greenish. And green just isn't Zane's color, so the end result just doesn't look very good in my opinion. So yeah, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this guy. Luckily, the piece that they used for Kai does exist in white and gold, so I probably will replace this with that one. And that would likely look much better, but as this figure is, he's probably my second least favorite one. Here's Zane with his armor and hood removed, and there's his back head print as well as his back torso print. Just like Kai, he has a symbol just sort of etched into the back of his torso, though this time around it's in white instead of gold. Those ice shards continue on the back, and you can see there's the white belt as well. Yeah, I think like this, or even if you put his hair on him, he actually does look very nice. It's just with that FS hood, he's not the best. Then we have Golden J. This guy was exclusive to the Zane's Titan Mech Legacy set that came out in January of this year. And this one for sure is one of the best ones. I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but he's up there. But this guy looks excellent. I love the use of a little bit of dark blue in his torso as well as a little bit of metallic silver printing. The Prime Empire hood dual molded in blue and gold actually looks really cool. It looks very different from like what the official Prime Empire hoods were in the sets. The one kind of strange thing about it is it does have a big protrusion out the back where you would attach the life bar in the official Prime Empire suits, but this guy doesn't come with a life bar, but you can add that in if you want, but I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, this guy for sure looks great. There's Jay with the armor and hood removed, and there's how he looks from the back. He has a symbol etched in this dark blue color and more of those lightning bolts around the back. And then we come to Cole in his Master of the Mountain suit. This guy comes in the Legacy X1 Ninja Charger from January of this year, and there's a really interesting combination of colors on him. One thing a little strange right off the bat is like the hood piece is dual molded in gold and gunmetal gray. Cole has never used gunmetal gray, that's always been Nia's color, so I'm not exactly sure why he uses that instead of just black. Because black's been Cole's color since the beginning, but he hardly has any here. He uses some of his other colors, right? He has gray in the torso, but he's brown in the torso. But there's hardly any black on this figure at all, except for right here. And like, Cole was originally the Black Ninja. I know he uses a lot of gray and orange nowadays, but he is the Black Ninja. So for 10 years, the fact that there's so little black on his torso is a little bit strange. My only guess as to why they used gunmetal gray is because they wanted it to look more metallic. And it does look good for sure, I just think black would have been cooler and would have been more representative of Cole. But yeah, just colors aside, this guy does look great. You can see he's got little golden rocks right there. He's got these brown ropes around his belt. And that hammer at the back is attached to the armor with a little clip. There he is with his armor removed. And there's his alternate face in his back torso print where you can see his symbol seems to be in a metallic silver, which again is just a little strange. Yeah, the design of this guy is great, I just don't necessarily agree with their color choices for him. Next we have Golden Lloyd, who is for sure my least favorite. Golden Lloyd comes in the Legacy Tournament of Elements set from January. The thing that really irks me about this guy is he has nothing covering his face. All of the ninja, even Nia, who has the same like headband hairpiece, has something covering her mouth, so she's still in like a ninja suit. But this is just Lloyd in an outfit. He doesn't have his ninja mask, which is a little bit silly to me. You could very easily customize this guy to put a ninja mask on him, and that's what I do. But just in his default form, out of the box, it isn't great. The torso design is fine as well, but it's also one of the less interesting ones. I love the gold plating right here where the rest of the ninja have like their color to represent like, hey, Lloyd used to be the golden ninja. And the green belt looks fine. Instead of like his elemental symbol, he has like a little golden dragon right here. It seems to be in the same style as the dragons on the Legacy suits. And it looks good, but I think the designs on the other ninja are way better. And as I mentioned, he has the ZX armor, which just feels a little out of place. I'm not sure why that's here. There he is with armor and hair removed. And there's his back torso print as well as his alternate face. You can see that dragon's tail extends around the back, and you have Lloyd's symbol right right there in green. Yeah, not bad, and it's still like an exciting collectible, it's just definitely the least interesting one. It's also the least interesting because we've gotten like multiple golden Lloyd figures before in the past, so seeing Lloyd in gold just like isn't that new or exciting. And then finally we have Nia, who despite not being like officially accurate to any specific suit, is probably my favorite of the bunch. Golden Nia comes in the Legacy Fire Dragon set from the Summer Wave. The blue complements the gold so well, it just looks so cool. The golden waves crashing up her torso are just like a subtle touch that looks so nice. I love the touches of white with the blue. It brings a lot of like vibrant color into this like overall gold torso. The blue half mask is cool too, that's something that Lloyd doesn't have. And then the all-new exclusive dual molded hairpiece for Nia is awesome. It's probably the best Nia hairpiece we've ever gotten. The headband just wraps around the back and ties into a ponytail. And it just looks incredible on her. That hairpiece alone just like makes this figure incredible. I love how this one looks. ZX armor again, which looks a bit strange, but because like even the hair is not based on anything, I don't mind the ZX armor as much here, because Lloyd is very clearly supposed to be the island, but Nia is really up to interpretation, because yeah, it's kind of based on Seabound, but also kind of not. So as its own thing, like disconnected to anything it's based on, this is a really excellent minifigure, and I adore it. Here she is with armor removed. Real quick, there's a better look at that hairpiece. And there's her face print with the hair removed. And here's what her back torso print looks like, also very, very good. The belt continues. I love the design of the belt with these just like large waves just all over it, and then that golden wave is like crashing at her back, and then she has her symbol in blue right there. Genuinely a really amazing figure. They did a great job with this one. And then finally we have the most unique figure of the bunch. We have Golden Wu. Golden Wu is exclusive to the $300 Ninjago City Gardens that came out earlier this year. It's a direct-to-consumer set, meaning you can only get it at LEGO stores and at LEGO.com. Also, like, select specific retailers, like I think Amazon has it, but that's besides the point. And this guy's different in the fact that his face is actually golden, right? You saw, like, all the other ninjas still had yellow faces, their outfits were just golden. But no, Wu actually has a new golden face and beard for this figure. And it definitely makes him look very, very collectible. Despite not being my favorite just because I find the colors more interesting than the others, this guy definitely feels very special and valuable, and I think he was the perfect exclusive for the Ninjago City Gardens. I can't say too much about him with his beard on because you can't see his torso print and his legs are the same as everybody else's, but just all put together, he's just such a cool looking collectible, and I think he looks really nice on a shelf. You can see on his back torso he has just like his classic symbol and just some gold streaks behind that. And here he is with the beard, hat, and staff removed. You can see that in the same way that Kai had red and Jay had blue, for the secondary color for Wu they chose gold, which all of these figures are gold, so it just makes this figure entirely gold. And then he has just like a little bit of white just to put a little bit of pop in there. But yeah, this figure's just mostly entirely gold. His eyebrows and beard are printed with this like metallic gold printing on top of the gold piece, and that creates for like a really, really cool look for him. Yeah, as a whole, as I said, this guy is a great collectible. Personally, not one of my favorites just because I think the colors on the other ninja are more interesting, but they did him exactly how they should, and I'm very happy to have him. So to end off this video, here's all the figures lined up in order from my favorite to my least favorite. The first three I'd say are all pretty perfect, they all look great and there's not a thing I would change about them. Wu and Cole are pretty interchangeable. I think they both look really good. Wu I think is done perfectly, he's just not as visually interesting as some of the others, while Cole's more visually interesting, but there's a lot of things I would have done differently if I designed him. But the first five figures I all really like. These final two are the only ones where I genuinely have things I dislike about them. Zane, it's just the hood piece, I don't think it matches the torso, and also the blue doesn't match the gold too well. And then Lloyd just doesn't look great. The ZX armor is out of place, the lack of the face mask just doesn't look very good, and the torso is just one of the less interesting designs. Yeah, he's the only one of these figures I could honestly say just I don't think is very good. But as a whole, I really love these figures. I think they were so much fun to collect, and just having them all lined up like this, it just genuinely looks so great. Let me know in the comments, guys, which of these figures is your favorite, and what you think of the golden minifigures as a whole. But as for this video, I think that's about all I got to say. If you enjoyed, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this every single day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!